Alright, what's up everybody? This is What If, oh sheesh, this is Fallout Whatever. And today we're going to be doing What If Deku was the son of Baki, part 2. I'm probably going to be doing some of the older ones as well. Probably after this, or probably do part 3, then do that. It depends on what you guys put on the comment section. Oh, sheesh, oh, sorry. Now, for like I said, I think in the first part, he like I said, he was going to the mountains to train, and that's what's gonna happen for 8 years. He's gonna train and do everything that Baki has done, but now he's going to be trained properly as well, instead of just being left there and starts to try to fend for himself. He's going to learn how to do a lot of exercises. He's going to become much more faster, much more durable. He's going to have his own scars. He's going to have freaking, I don't know, a lot of cuts, bruises. He's going to have to learn how to hunt. Got to learn how to chop trees on his own. He's got to learn how to stay awake for long periods. The longest he can do is 2 months. He can do 2 months of staying up and recharging. The reason why I'm saying staying up, because you can have a lot of energy just by staying up, or you can get used to being up for a longer period of time. So the most that he can do right now is 2 months, but at the end of the 8 years, he can probably be a year and a half. That's how long he can probably be up for a day. And when I mean be up, I mean stay up, no sleep. He can eat. He can starve himself for freaking what? A month. No water for what? 3 weeks. Yeah, he's trained himself into becoming the strongest. And now that we got up to there, now, here's the thing. I picked the love interest. Or somebody picked the love interest, but I had to pick between either Momo or Kirishima. And I'm gonna pick Kirishima. The reason why is because a lot of people do Momo as well as either a second love interest or the first love interest, because she's, well, yeah, she is beautiful, but it's like if you keep picking the same one, it gets boring. It's like you have to have chemistry, or in my case, I like mixing in chemistry. You can tell that I was sometimes bad at science, but I got commended. That's not the point. The point is, he's trained for 8 years by fighting Baki, and even sometimes training with Yujiro. And those days with Yujiro is like hellish training. I mean, you gotta try not to die in order to get into his in order to get into his good graces. And if you guys don't know who he is, like I said, it's this dude right here, which is still funny because this is like one of the older, this is like the old show. Man. Oh, it's in IMDb. Oh no, I don't know if that's a show or not. Now, where is it at? He's like this right now. He has this kind of hairstyle, although it has green highlights in it. Yeah. He becomes much more better at the, probably when he gets into his 15-year-old self. Right now he's 12. So after training with Baki, he's become much more thicker. Like his skin is much more durable. You can try to like stab it, it won't work. You can try to like puncture it. Stabbing and puncturing, I think, are probably different. That's my idea. I mean, that's my freaking opinion. But if you cut him open or slice him, he still has to like a long ways to go in order to not get like a freaking I don't know, but it's like when you cut muscle by like slicing it, it's much more effective instead of like trying to puncture into the muscle, because that's like you have to keep like going, trying to go full force. Now, okay, so let's see. He also has this like delinquent attitude, but he's still a mellow person. He's still a kind person, mostly because he still has his mom and dad. Because Baki didn't have a mom and his mom didn't actually care too much until the very end. That's when she died. And yeah, Yujiro only wanted him to get stronger, so yeah, he just waited until he gets stronger. But now, how do I want this to go? You know what? It's already been past the 8 years, and with a lot of scolding from Inko, so it's, you know, instead of having like this like precious child that was adorable, she wakes up to see this dude in the morning. Looks like another stranger. Looks like another stranger. But she still loves him, you know. Still that family love. So he goes to school probably a couple of months later, and his figure, his body becomes like a little more bigger, since when he trained, he didn't actually leave it. Like, he didn't leave it to be like, because you need your sleep and you need to like rest every time, but he goes most of the time non-stop. So yeah, so that's what happens. Now, Yujiro's somewhere in Tokyo, and they're probably in another city. Let's see what else. Yeah, that's pretty much it right there. So now we cut off to him going to school, and he's in the back of the school. He's in the back of the classroom, not in the freaking end, not where the glass is at, like every other freaking like anime protagonist. Yeah, he's different in this one. You know why? Because he kicks ass, and drinks beer in the morning. I don't really know. I'm just talking. I'm just talking right now. Just saying stupid stuff. Anyway, so yeah, and this is where Kirishima comes in, and it's a she. Some of you guys wanted this to be a man-on-man thing. Well, if you count Toga in this one, since you know she's also going to be in the love interest in the triangle, it's got to be man-on-man on woman-on. And this is not the point. Wait a minute, she can suck on blood. This could be a three-way. Oh, jeez. Oh man, I forgot she has those abilities of hers. You know, they can come right on time. Yeah, if you know what I mean. No, okay, I'm sorry, you guys. Sorry, sometimes I just act weird. Now, he talks to her, and she notices the fact that he looks like a delinquent, but she also knows that he looks strong because he doesn't have his shirt on, or he doesn't have his jacket on. It's like how you see it right there. It's like It's just right there on his shoulder. But you could see his muscles, you could see his scars, and she's all like, wow, those are pretty, gnarly. That's kind of cool. And he's all like, oh, well, thank you. And she's taken aback. She's taken aback by this because this dude looks muscular. Well, this dude is muscular. Not only that, he has a face that says that, I'm just gonna punch you for no reason. And yeah. So he looks dangerous. His body, the way he looks at people, but the fact that he can at least be a gentleman. That's what shocks her the most. And she says, "How manly are you?" And he says, "Well, I'm pretty, I guess I'm pretty manly." Yeah, so that happens. They talk for a little while longer, and Bakugo, he comes in, and he talks to Deku and freaking. What's that thing? He sees that Deku's the new student, and he sees how muscular and ripped he is. And he says, "Hey, who are you?" And he says, well, my name is Yaki Hanma. No, not Yaki Hanma. Jeez. Yuzuki Hanma. I didn't want to say Yaki because that sounds like Baki. You guys probably know. Yuzuki Hanma. And Bakugo's all like, okay, what's your quirk? And he says, I do not have a quirk. And Bakugo's all like, wait a minute. You don't have a quirk, and yet you're this, and yet you look like this. You must have a quirk. Do not lie to me. And Baki, Yazuki, just Deku. Deku says, no, I really don't have a quirk. I was born quirkless. I don't have that thing on my toe, on one of my feet. And Bakugo's all like, alright, then you're a quirkless loser. And Deku doesn't care. He's like, anyway, Kirishima, so what do you do for exercises? And Bakugo gets mad, like, don't brush me off. You're a quirkless loser. That means you don't show disrespect to me. Because he thinks he's a god, he's a narcissist, all that stuff. And Deku's all like, look, I do not know you. I do not wish to talk to you. Leave me alone. And Bakugo's all like, or else what? What are you gonna do, quirkless loser? And Deku's all like, look, you seem to be somebody who talks all the time and gets mad and probably just blows his top off whenever somebody doesn't actually, look his way and compliment how amazing he is. Instead of being a narcissist, why don't you just be a decent human being for once in a while? And Bakugo just says, I am a decent human being. Oh man. I don't have the virus. I'm just, it's kind of hard, like, talking, doing voices. But anyway. So Bakugo's all like, I don't care what you say. It doesn't matter. But since you're going to keep talking to me like this, I'm going to have to teach you a lesson. And this is probably during lunchtime, like during the gym, the girls and boys gym doing all this stuff. The girls are right there looking at let's call Deku, and let's just say, what is he gonna wear for this one right here? You know what? He just wears this. He wears this. And Bakugo gets one of his gets him and one of like his goons, which one of them is going to have, you know, okay, one of them has long fingers, one of them has wings. Let's say another one has like freaking like multiple, like he can make multiple copies of himself, and another one can shoot what, I don't know. He can shoot like water. Oh no, something else. Come on now. Let me see. He can shoot off lightning, and yeah, this is what happens. One of the goons tries to go at him and grab him with his fingers, but Deku, what's called, is just looking at him, and Kirishima's telling him to not go and not to hurt him. He didn't do nothing wrong. He just didn't want to talk to you guys. And what's called, freaking Bakugo says, "Why don't you just shut up, you worthless loser? You are talking to a quirkless nobody, and yet instead of talking to me, you know, the best of the best, you're talking to this quirkless wannabe who probably wants to become a hero just because he has a bit of muscle on him." And he's wearing a t-shirt, so nobody actually sees all of his scars. And you know what? Let's say he's wearing pants. We want to surprise everybody. Oh, hold on, give me a second. Yeah, let's just say he's wearing something like this and like another in a sweatshirt. And Deku's all like, "Leave her alone. It's between you and me, and I guess, you know, the people that you have to have around you, so that way you can keep yourself protected. What kind of a man are you? You have to fight me with a bunch of people, and yet you have the nerve to call me the weak person here." And Bakugo gets mad at this, and people are saying, "Wait a minute, yeah, hold on, give me a second here. Yes, yeah, he has a lot of people next by him, and of course, so of course everybody's gonna fear him if people are around him." And Bakugo gets mad and starts to like let off little explosions, but he's like calming down and says, "It doesn't matter. It's because I'm the strongest that I'm a leader here." And Baki says, Deku says, "Yeah, that might be true. You can be what's called the strongest. But it's because that I was here. You no longer have that title. You see, where I come from, we fight to the death. We fight and fight, breaking bones, being cut down, being choked to death. Heck, even fighting what's called monsters, even apes. And we still have to make sure we don't lose. Where I come from, death is the only way." And he got this probably from his from Yujiro. "Only by death is a victor. Is there a victor? Only by death is there a loser. Only by death there is a victor, and only by death there is a loser." So yeah, he tells him all that, and Bakugo was all like, kind of creeped out and say, "Yeah, as crazy as that sounds, it doesn't matter. In here, you don't kill. But since you told us all that, this makes you a villain." And he talks to people and saying, "You hear that, everybody? This man fights to the death, meaning he kills anybody. And Deku says, what's more villainous, fighting to the death or having a bunch of your cronies do all your dirty work? That sounds more like a mob boss, probably in Italy or something. And he's all like, I had enough of this. Just beat him down and teach him a lesson. And the dude with the long arms that's still holding him, he was caught, feels a bunch of heat around his hands. Because I guess he has the ability not to have longer fingers or something like that. His fingers get longer. And he feels this burning sensation in his heat. Because Baki is, Deku is heating his body up to, to its maximum. And because he trains and he can control his body heat at least. It's not a quirk. It's just how since he works out a lot, he can produce a lot of heat from that. But he's not gonna be like burning wood or becoming he's not gonna shoot fire. He's just having his body heat becoming much more hotter. So he does that, and the person feels all this heat and he lets go. And Deku just grabs him and judo flips him. Judo flips him. And freaking what was the other one? The dude with the wings grabs him from the back. And Baki, sure man, I'm gonna always keep Deku, dick her down, Deku. Oh yeah. Got a little bit. Did it get warm or was it just me? No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, so Baki, oh jeez, Deku, he loses. He crouches down with the person there, and the dude with the wings says, it doesn't matter if you can probably jump. I can still fly. And Deku just jumps up super high. Like, what? Probably 3 stories. Because somebody in the anime actually did it before. And if he can do it, Baki could do it and Deku can actually do it. And the dude with the wings actually gets hurt because he went super fast. So it was like, oh sheesh, hold on here. Okay. There we go. Okay. So he's just looking around, but he's still in the air. And he comes down and he lands super softly. Nobody hears they can hear a tup or something like that. But yeah, this means this dude has been training hardcore, which past 8 years, Hanma blood, superpower fights. Well, not superpower, but fights to the death. Yeah, you're gonna gain something from that. You're gonna have gains, and he has gains. He has the gains indeed from Odin himself. No, I'm just kidding. Nah, besides that, he jumps up, but not high. He just jumps up and says, I thought you can fly. And he says, I couldn't. He's thinking to himself, I grabbed him And the moment he moved, my body just let go. Did I not grip him hard enough? Bakugo's gonna get so mad at me. And Baku was like, alright, I had enough of this. Was called. And one of the cronies that I said can multiply himself, he could do probably hundreds of multiples of himself. Because they're not like... they're strong, but they're not too strong. He can only copy himself, so he's been doing it for a long time. Which I think is still in violation of the code. You're not supposed to like use your quirk, but he's already done it. Ugh. So he's made like probably 100 of them, and he's thinking to himself, my dad said that he's fought 100 before, and my grandpa's beaten 100 as well in the war, and my great-grandfather was said to have beaten an army. Yeah, if nobody knows, he was called Yuichiro Hanma. He's fought probably in World War II. I think that's when Japan was... Or, no, I think... Oh, man, I forgot if it's either World War I or World War II. But, yeah, Baki fought 100 people and only lost to probably 50 something. I really don't know. So he wants to improve that he's strong, and he's fighting all of them at once. And hold on here. If none of you guys know how he would probably fight. He would probably look like this. Fighting everybody while everybody's like going and beating him. At least attempting to beat him down, because everybody's taking punches at him, but he's not getting down. He's like beating all of them up. And because they're only copies, they spill blood, but you know, they're not gonna survive a head slice, you know, something like that. So he's killing all of them by just punching them super hard. Their heads are like cracked, or you can hear cracks, and then after that it's just all disintegrated. And what's called... Yeah, he's just beating everybody to death. But only the copies and the clones of him. Not the humans. He would probably just go to jail for that. But he's taking all of them down. One by one. He's taking them 2 by 2. And 3 by 3. Until all of them are just dead. Or all gone. And Bakugo's like, he just took down 100 of them. And I trained with using his quirk before. It took me probably at least a good 5 blasts before I can at least destroy all of them. And that was when I was using 100% of my strength. And this man just kept beating them off with just his pure strength, without even having a quirk. And Bakugo was like thinking to himself, no, I will not be, how do I say this? I will not be, I will not be shown off by this quirkless loser. And he goes and runs to him and starts to just blast him. You know, if you watched Dragon Ball Z and Vegeta kept throwing a lot of blasts at Cell, that's how it looks like. He's just like barraging him with a bunch of like explosions. And yeah, he lives still. Deku just goes in front of him, stands in front of him, and he punches him so hard in the gut. You hear some of his ribs cracking or cracked, and he just goes down the ground vomiting. Some of it blood, but some of them just like, ugh, right there, a lot of food, blood. He can't even breathe. That's how powerful this punch was. But Bakugo's not that really strong, so it's not like it's an accomplishment. But he's down for the count. He's already like. Not only that, he was kind of crying, and the other delinquents try to grab Deku like because they think that probably Bakugo will get up, and Deku just at least is probably 10% of his bloodlust. And not super like long range, just like probably a few feet away from him. No, like 3 meters away from him. And anybody there just completely gets knocked out. And since there's only probably at least Hey, this is a quick ASMR. I hope you like how I talk. No, I'm just... Jeez. I am truly a weirdo. But that's not the point. The point is... Yeah, everybody that was in a 3-yard radius just gets knocked out. From pure terror. It looked like a giant was going on... It looks like a giant was on top of... Well, not. It looks like they were looking up on a. How do I say it? It looks like a giant was in front of them. And yeah, he just goes and just starts to do his push-ups and sit-ups and is like, "Well, I'm all done. I'll see you guys later." And he's like, "Kirishima, do you want to come with me?" Not only is she shocked, but getting used to it, but she's like, yeah, sure. Let's go. She's like thinking to herself, remind me never to make him mad or ever try to fight to the death with him. But that was so manly. Oh, it looks like his muscles was oozing out the popularity of strength. Okay, that turned disgusting. All right, that was disgusting. But yeah, you know what? There's not that much to say about that, but yeah, let's skip to the end of the school year. You know, Bakugo doesn't say. Bakugo says everything, but some of the people are like, "Well, you couldn't beat Deku," and Bakugo just doesn't say a word after that. He just like, whatever. And Kirishima was all like, he can be sometimes a bit manly, but he's totally a jerk. Ugh. He's all like, yeah, he's a complete weakling. He says this in his head. He doesn't want to fight. Not because he's scared or anything. It's nothing to do with him saying like, oh, I'm scared of him. No, it's just he doesn't want to get his clothes ruined, because yeah, Inko scolded him a bit like, yes, I understand that you have to fight. I understand sometimes it has to be in front of the sometimes it has to be to the death, but can you at least take off your clothes and have some extra ones? I don't want to go every day because somebody has to use their quirk on you. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Do I want to... Yeah, let's just cut it off here. You know what? I'm sorry. I know. I'll miss you guys too. But you know what? I'll see you guys later. I'm Fallout whatever. And yeah, bye.